Hey Brickheads, Scott with 36 Bricks here, taking a look and comparing these two bad boys right here. Let's check it out. Alright guys, so I am super excited about this. So what do I have here? So this is the Sanctum Sanctorum basically 2.0 that I just finished building. So I am in love with it. There's very few little things that I want to change. And then this is actually my MOC that I created a couple years ago of the Sanctum Sanctorum from Sanctum Sanctorum, what I call 1.0, with the Peter Parker apartment. So I took a couple of those sets, I combined them, and I mocked out a full modular building, added full interior details and all of that. And then now we're going to go ahead and take a look at this building, and basically this is the regular official set, set number 76218, 2,708 pieces, and all that fun stuff. Alright, so basically what I want to do is show you guys step by step, floor by floor of what they've just done versus what I've done. So, taking a look, if I pop this under, switch to that was zoomed all the way out. Okay. Probably need another brick in there somehow. Okay. Alright guys, so we're going to take basically a side-by-side comparison, okay, of what I did for my build. I'll try to line it up here to what they did here. So obviously you can kind of tell mine is a bit more set back. So I do like the fact that on mine I have a bit more space, a little bit more to work with as far as being able to work out the details. Theirs is a little bit more narrow. There is some essentially it would be the underground area, but if I'm being honest, I just think it's way too narrow. It's not deep enough. It doesn't give the impression that it's underground or anything like that. So that is something that I definitely want to incorporate into the new build as I mock it out. Obviously mine is more of a square building. This is more of a corner building. I will probably leave it as such, and just expand on it. I do intend on going deeper as far as the new build. So we're really referencing three different builds, basically 1.0, 2.0, and the future build. So that's kind of what we're basing this off of. So obviously the new build or 2.0 does have an alleyway. 1.0 doesn't, and I did that because I wanted a bit more space. to be able to do some of that stuff. I just think, you know, I just liked that better. That was just my personal preference. Going as far as the difference, the grand staircase. So with my grand staircase, it is a little bit taller. So in that aspect, it's a bit more grand versus this. Mine has what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, versus this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then it goes to the, it does go to the side on this one, so it has a little bit more. So when you incorporate that, there's, you know, there's obviously a little bit more to that there. But you know, mine has a different color tiling. Mine is all brown versus theirs is dark orange and the brown. A little bit of the grays and stuff like that. They have a grandfather clock. I don't necessarily have that clock, but I have other relics and other stuff like that. I don't plan on doing anything with this build. I plan on actually keeping it the way it is, but my mindset is to change this one up to a MOC. So that's kind of what I have. Obviously, I've kept the sidewalk theme of the build itself and all of that, but ultimately, again, I really like, you know, the different dynamics. I will probably keep this a single door versus here I have a double door. This has the side corner panel. Obviously mine doesn't because it's a straight build. So that is the comparison on the first floor. So I'm going to move the both first floors off to the side so that I can get down to the nitty-gritty of the second floor. So if we bring the second floor, okay, over. All right, so comparing the second floor, obviously with my second floor, I have a little bit of a naughty floor. They are working out. You know, as such, they're working out. In this room, it's basically a party room. The grand staircase does go does continue up. That is something that I wanted to incorporate and continue that process with. Because it is a grand staircase, I just felt it was necessary. I have a bunch of couches, different colored couches, all that from different sets, different, you know, and all of that stuff. Versus here, as you can see, it's a little bit more cramped, but it has a lot of more details. So it does have your couches. It does have some of the other details. With this pop out, it has, of course, this. Now, this part of this floor doesn't have that, but there is a reason for that, and I will showcase that later. So this is, you know, there's a lot more details. There's playability back here because these slide. There's a doorway here, all that kind of fun stuff. Versus this, you know, it's just all around fun. And it is a bit bigger in space, as you can see. You know, if we situate this all the way to the front, we've got, you know, a good 6 more studs, you know, of space here, which I really like. I love having it a bit more open and easy to look at. Again, height-wise, there's, you know, this is obviously a lot taller. This has the same height as the staircase, but doesn't have the same height as the build itself. The other aspect that I want to showcase, obviously, this section here has stairs, but this doesn't. That's where this has some inconsistency to it, because how do you get from the second floor to the top floor? Like, it's just not there. You don't have that concept of staircase. So I'm kind of disappointed in that, but I get it because, you know, with there being a staircase in this here, if you were to pop this on, it is hard for you to look down. You still can, but it is difficult for you to, you know, step down and all of that. I probably should have put this staircase on this side going up, just so that you have almost like a spiral effect going up the different floors. I would definitely change that, you know, for the 3.0 build, or the MOC 2.0, if you will, and all of that. But all in all, this is just kind of, this is a floor that I added in. I had the parts, I had the pieces, all that jazz, and it just fit. It just seemed to fit. So we'll move these aside. And if we were to compare how this looks on this side, you can see the staircases going down, versus if I compared the second floor attached to the new floor. Again, you don't get that same, you get a little bit of it because of the grandness. You know, you can clearly see down because there's nothing hindering it, but on mine, technically the stairs are hindering it. Like I said, I probably could have just moved this way and had it go up the stairs that way to give it actually more of a spiral kind of look. But that's the comparison. You know, as far as the second floor, this isn't on right. Hey, Paul, how's it going, man? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. I really do appreciate you. Just doing a actual video for the two, comparing my two Sanctum Sanctorums. And then after that, we will start processing the MOC. So bear with me for a little bit. I've just reviewed and compared the first two floors of my MOC versus the new build. And then I'm going to go into the third floor and so on. So how's it going, man? Good to see you. Again, thanks for being here. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Jeff.
Welcome to my house.
Okay. So moving on with the video. All right, guys, so comparing the third floor, now again, this is the Sanctum 2.0. This is my MOC of Sanctum 1.0. So obviously here you have a little bit more details. I did put stairs on the sides so that you can kind of see down, which I really like. This is the up entrance here, but it still gives that entrance here. I added some, you know, some details and some fun stuff throughout the build, some relics and some other details, just basically conjoining some sets. Added some couches on this side, and again the staircase is over here. Now here on this floor, you have all the relics, and you have the open doorway, but again, there's no stairs in 2.0. There's no stairs to get there. So unless you're flying, and granted, Doctor Strange does fly, but unless you're flying, there's no way, logistically, to get up to this floor. And that's where, I think they kind of made an error with that. Obviously, you can see, again, I have, a good 6 inches or 6 studs, of extra space. They do have this pop out here, which is nice, because you can rearrange for playability. But all in all, there is some clear differences in the two. I personally like, some of my stuff better, but that's just me. Again, I don't plan on changing 1.0. I'm planning on keeping it the way it was. However, when it comes to my 2.0 MOC, I am definitely going to incorporate some of the things I feel like should have changed, if that makes sense. So taking a look at the, floors, once you put this build on, and I'm getting pretty close to my camera, so it's going to be a little difficult, but that pops on rather nicely and hooks right into the floor. You can still see pretty much if you had a light, if I'm I'm shining a light down all the way through. You can clearly see that. If I wanted to open things up, I don't know if it'll show all that much on camera. Maybe if I turned off my lights a little bit. Where's my... Oh. No, you still can't really see. You know, you can see a little bit down there, but not much. But you, from a human's standpoint, you can clearly still see all the way down. It still gives it that grand staircase look. If I point it closer to there, you can kind of see still all the way down. Versus if we pop this up, you know, if we pop this one on, the you know, their version, Lego's version, you know, you can kind of see down there. It's kind of the same effect. If I was to open the doors up and maybe shed some light in there, you know, you might be able to see a little bit. Again, it's better, you know, if I pop off the lights. Yeah, you can see a little bit down there, but not really a whole lot. But still, it still gives it the same effect. Again, there's still no floors. Hold on, let me shut off my camera. You can still see, you know, this dynamic. Now, obviously, you can see here that it is a sheer building, so this will easily fit up against another build on both sides. Okay, versus this one, obviously, this is a sidewalk, so this is open-faced. And then if you were to go on here, there's no way that you would be able to fit this next to another build. So that again is a little disappointing. Now again, you can take this section off and it will sit flush if you wanted it to. If I take this off, it should. Yeah, now it sits flush and it will go nicely together. It's still different, you know, as far as the two together, it's still different, but it's still gives it a little bit more as far as it being different details and all of that. So I definitely like that aspect. Let me just put this over on this side. They look nice together. You can clearly see that there's differences between the two, but you know, it's still, I personally think it still, you know, still looks rather nice together. All right, so we're gonna pop these off. Now, here's where there's a drastic change, okay? Because if you, you know, if you know anything about my build, you will definitely see, well, let me move this over, that this is not the last floor, okay? Versus their build, it is the last floor. So, other than the roof. So if we're taking a look at the 4th floor, let me bring these over. But if we're taking a look at the 4th floor, this is the 4th floor that is literally just a roof. Versus if I pop this off, this is where my 4th floor comes into play. Okay, so this is where I've incorporated that monster coming through the building. I have it coming actually into the building instead of coming out of the building. Do I like how this looks? No, absolutely not. But it's still, I mean, it works, right? I could change it up and make it so that it looks flat, but unless there's a smaller building along this side, which there wouldn't be, you can't see these details. Okay, but do I like that in respect to my build? No, I don't. I wish that was different. And I probably do have brown, you know, stuff that I can change up, but you know, that's kind of how it is. You know, I have Master Wu in here. I have Master Mordor, I believe is his name, up here, and the Grandmaster, I forgot her, the Sorcerer Supreme. I have her in the build. My version of the teleport is right here, and I actually originally had this planned to where this would butt up against the back of my hospital, and then that's where you see this. Of course, this one, if you look at the 2nd floor pop out, or the first floor pop out, it has this. I actually like this a lot better, to be honest. It's a lot less parts. I like the look of it. You know, this section here, you know, has flameage and, you know, it has a little bit of oomph, but ultimately this is, to me, a little bit of a cleaner look. But that's just me. Popping back on. You know, still a lot of details on the interior there as far as bookshelves and all that jazz. But nevertheless, I mean, that's the fourth floor of my build versus the roof to this build is pretty just much a regular roof. I like the details of it. I actually love the details of it. I love the piping up here. I love the chimneys. It is weird because if you take a look at the build itself, there are no fireplaces throughout the build, but then on the top we do have 3 chimneys, which is kind of interesting. And then we have piping. That's nice. I mean, I like the details. I really do. Now, if we were to take a look at my roof is exceptionally boring. Okay, just exceptionally boring. So, before I get into that, if you take a look, I'm going to pop this onto my build, and you can kind of see, you know, you can see going down to the stairs on that one. Gives it a nice little, for me, depth of color, depth of look. I really like how that looks. But that's just, again, that's just me. You know, it's just a kind of a personal preference of mine. I personally like how that looks. But yeah, I mean, versus if you look at the roof on this one, or what would be essentially the, you know, well, yeah, it's the roof. The roof. So this you can clearly see. If I slide this over, you can clearly see that there's not much to it. Now, what would be nice is if I mean, this looks nice as is. Definitely looks like it should be close together, but you do have a nice little alleyway with separation, which looks really good. However, again, if I was to take this pop out and put this pop out on the 3rd floor, just to kind of show you guys, it's still like there would be no way that could go through, right? That would definitely be a buzzkill, because you would have to take these tentacles off, the top ones, put that on there, and then it might be able to fit. Yeah, now it fits. So now you can clearly see it fits. It works nicely, but that's still, you know, that's still a gap there, and this actually should be moved forward. Sorry. Which, let me see now if that fits. I still don't think it fits, but let me see if that fits now. Let me pull that out because I feel like I'm gonna break it. Okay. So that still, it fits snug. I mean, you definitely have to tweak it, but it would work. It would definitely work. But I mean, so there's that. Secondary creature, you know, actually works kind of nicely that way. But so if I was to put this one now on, ooh.
Hey Brickheads, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you click on all notifications. That way you get up-to-date information on when I post. Don't forget to comment and reply to others' comments. Consider donating to the channel, because every little bit helps and goes right back into the channel. Check out my other social medias, Instagram, Facebook, as well as head on over to Twitch Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Hang out with me while I live stream, and we talk about current events, Lego, and much, much more.
I would definitely have to go that route. Yeah. So it would work. It definitely would work as is. So I might keep that there. I definitely like like the differences. Now, when it comes to, I'm gonna just pop this over onto that side and leave it. Captain America sign actually now needs to change. All right, so there's the entire build, but mine's not done. Mine is like this, and I don't particularly like it. I definitely can see, especially doing what I like to do now, I could definitely change the overall look and feel of this one. I did model it after the movie, in that there was a stairway or over there or something in here. I did just close this off. I did kind of cheat a little bit in that I just closed it off. I didn't put anything in there, and there's no way to get to there. It's literally a solid roof. So I could definitely add more detail here, but I mean, you know, it works, right? It definitely works. Now, if I pop that on, I'm not going to show you the top of it, but I do want to share what these look like together, if I can hold them together, you know, different orientations. So you have this as mine, okay, it's again flat, and then this is, you know, in the Legos version. If I was to take this, hopefully I don't drop it. If I do, it's on film. So this could definitely go up against each other. It's slightly off. It's about 1 brick off, but you guys can still... Here, let me change the view. So, ooh. So, putting these together this way, they definitely fit together. You know, obviously, the one is, you know, a little different than the other. There is a issue with the Captain America sign, of course. That is making it bow out because it is in its way. Now, if I was to switch it the way that I had it just now and show you to where it goes, what way should it go? This way. That looks nice. It has the alleyway. It fits, and all that jazz. So going this way, it would be flat. This way, it would be elsewhere. But that's what I got, guys. So this is my mock of the Sanctum Sanctorum. This is essentially the regular build, the 2.0 build. I am definitely going to keep my mock intact. Don't have any plans to change it. I really like how it turned out and all that fun stuff. However, this one I am going to mock my 2.0 version. I'm going to combine a second set and have some fun with it. So, there you have it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the comparison. Really do appreciate the fact that you're here and watching the video and all that kind of fun stuff. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you like my content, want more, please consider joining one of my memberships. Every little bit counts and goes right back into the channel and allows me to build stuff like this. Also, don't forget to comment below as well as interact with the others who are commenting. I want to build a community of, togetherness and fun and happiness. So be positive in the chats and all that kind of fun stuff. But that's what I got, guys. So thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. All the love and support. And we will see you next time on 36 Bricks.
Ooh, this one's cool. Check this one out. I agree, that one's cool, but this one's awesome. Ooh, I like this one. I just can't stop watching. Well, I like them all, and I'm gonna subscribe. Can you do the same? Please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time on 36 Bricks.